second episode of Will It Gig. I'm going to take things out in the real world and see if they make the cut. Today, I am going to find out, will the Tone King Royalist Preamp gig? How am I going to do that, you ask? Well, I have 4 gigs this weekend, so I'm going to use it on 4 gigs. I'm going to use it with an FRFR cab. I'm going to use it direct. I'm going to use it with an FRFR cab again, and then I think my 4th gig, I'm going to go direct. We're going to find out, will it gig? Will it work? Will it sound good? Will it play well? Will it play well with others? How does it sit in the mix? How do I enjoy it? Now, I got this pedal from Tone King. However, they are not influencing or deciding anything. A bloke reached out and we made mates, and so Mario decided to send it on, and I've decided to do this because I want to, and I'm really curious about this thing. Now, it's a preamp pedal similar to the Friedman one I used before, in that it's got tubes in it. This one's laid out a little different. It's got a different input and output kind of scheme going on. So I believe you can use this in front of an amp, in the back, like in the effects loop of an amp. You can use it direct. You can use it direct, and it has its own stereo effects loop built in. I can go stereo XLR out, which I think is my plan today. You can do a lot of things. The flexibility on it is actually quite crazy, but from all accounts of what I've seen, everyone talks about how good it feels. Now, one of my best friends in town, and just over Daniel Newell's always on about how great this thing sounds. So I'm going to put it to the test and see how it sounds today. So I'm going to go park, I'm going to go set up, and then I'm going to hear it for the first time. Again, the package arrived yesterday. I got home at 3 a.m. I literally just, oh good, I've got a red light. I literally just opened it up, put 3M on it, made sure it powered on. And this is the board I'll be using today. Yes, I know I don't have a case, but this is a special pedal train nano in that it's a prototype made by someone for me. And it has more depth, so I can fit pedals underneath and different power supplies and stuff. And it has different opening slots on either side, so I can easily install and set up I/O within it. Oh, someone turned out nearly wanted to hit me. That's nice. All right, will it gig? Let's find out. The Tone King Royalist Preamp, based on my favorite styles of amps. I'm going to be using my Strat all weekend, or my S-style guitar. Who cares? Doesn't matter, man. These people get really upset about it. It's like, get over it, you know what I mean? It's not like you're losing part of your culture or identity. It's just a guitar. Said what I said. It's like, there's more important shit going on in the world, man. But I'm going to find out if I like this thing. I'm sure I will, but I'm going to find out how it works and how I can make it work for me. Pretty simple board. I'll have like a delay, a trem, a chorus, and then maybe like a EQ. All right, I'll see you at the gig. First time.
baby, so let's take a ride. On the party, make it take after the ballroom. Jumping on the back, don't act like you don't want to. Party is over, our bodies up and motorboat.
All right, so a quick update. So I've done my first gig with the Royalist, and I'm absolutely loving it. Just had the HX Stomp on the Royalist. I have a short delay, long delay, tremolo, and then I've set up like a little boost in there. I got home, I was like, yeah, you know what? I want the delays to be cleaner. So called my mate Dan, who's just, again, a beast at this stuff. And he recommended I set it up how I've got it set up now. So I'll unplug some stuff here so I can show you. But I'm going in and out of the Royalist and using the effects loop to put the HX Stomp in its place. So this is how it looks now. So the HX Stomp is existing within the effects loop of the Royalist. And now I've got to grab another patch cable and make that stereo. And I'll say it does, the delays sound and feel different, but they sound fantastic. I'm powering this all off of a Ojai, the little blue Strymon power supply, and a Shocks, I don't know, man, Crux, which is powering the HX Stomp because that thing's hungry. But look, yeah, it's a really, really great just setup. I'm really stoked with how this sounds and how it's going so far. So I'm going to do my gig tonight, and I'll do some updates there, and I don't know, we'll kind of go from there and see what happens. I'm hoping I have a patch cable long enough. You know, that's the thing. You buy a million of these bloody things. You know, I have one that's insanely long, probably too long, but it'll all work out. Now, I'll say this, the feel is all there. Just like I talked about with the Friedman, when I was like, yeah, it's the feel of the Friedman that's there. The feel of this thing is entirely there. It takes modulation really, really well on the front end, but now I'm using it with the effects loop. I've noticed it feels even better. Another thing I didn't mention that I should is they have an editor program where you can change the IR that's being used, and you can adjust like little high and low pass filters and stuff. I accidentally bumped the bypass switch once, so I made a point of locking that. So I can't move that now, which is, like, that's an insanely handy feature. I don't know why more companies don't have something like that. And then I set the IRs just to the standard generic one, but I really like it. I believe it's like a own hammer greenback kind of thing. And then I've shaved off a little of the top end with the high pass filters. And I found that's helped a lot with how it's sounding. So yeah, I'm gonna go have a little walk while it's sunny, and then I'm gonna do a gig. I just taught a couple lessons with a plugged in XLR to my Apollo Twin, and it sounded really good direct. That's what you were hearing just before. I'm really excited about this. This feels like a really logical combination of what someone like me has truly desired out of a pedal that's a preamp pedal, but it's also something that has got analog front end and has tubes and has the feel of a tube amp. I'm really excited to see this technology get pushed further, because the difference between the Friedman pedal and this is already crazy I've got a stereo effects loop, I've got front of amp to headphones to blah, blah, blah. I've got MIDI in, USB-C, and then I've got balanced XLR outs so I can run stereo XLR out, which mitigates my need for a DI. And that's just like, it's the small things, but it's not. It's pretty huge. So tonight I'm at Post Malone's, Mr. Nathan Whistle. I've set up my little patch in the HX song. It's called Royale with Cheese. I love Pulp Fiction, and you know, it's called The Royalist. So thought that was funny. I have really stupid patch names. So let's go check it out. Again, I will be on a direct stage, so you might not hear the most amount of guitar, but it should be good enough. Tomorrow I'll be running at Tootsie's Back Room and then Whiskey Row, so you'll get a good idea of the sounds there. So yeah, dig it. Let's go gig the Royalist Preamp and see, will it gig? G'day, it's Sunday. I was gonna film myself talking about the old Tone King last night after the gig, but I was so just ready for a sleep. You know when you have those kind of like you don't hit REM for a few days in a row? Brutal. I went to bed at 3 or 4 or whatever, and I woke up at 8, and I kept falling asleep for a half hour, and then I'd be up for 5 minutes, and it's just disjointed, man. But I feel good now. I just taught a lesson. It's fun, It's a fella who found me through here, Brad. Brad's dude, this cat knows so much about circuitry and understands the internals of pedals a lot, which is really interesting. So he's been cooking up ideas, and I've mentioned a couple things that I'm I thought that'd be genius. What could happen? No. Anyway, man, the thing is, I set up this patch last night at the end of the night because it was so dead that I was I'm gonna just put something on the HX Stomp. I made this kind of ambient patch, glitch delay plus a dynamic bloom, and I've never heard the HX Stomp ambient thing sound like it has. Then putting a Nano 2 pedal in front of it, which is the Fuchs Plush Drive 2. Now, I had that pedal and didn't get it. I've got another guy I teach, Charles, who he has the same pedal, but he has the blue and red versions, and we both were kind of like, yeah, we don't like this. But man, I figured it out. The trick is to run it like a low gain Zen drive, because it doesn't have much gain, and then you use the boost, not as a boost, but to actually treat it like a second channel, and that's how you kind of get it. And it's really good now. I like it. But you can also use the boost as its own thing. But there's an internal, like, a little thing you've got to, trimmer you've got to turn. But man, I'll say, you know, you can't really hear it all the time on all the gigs because I'm running direct a lot of time. I'm still working to get board audio happening more, but it felt really good, and the ambient patch felt really good. Today I'm gigging with Bobby Joe Johnson. Little Bobby Joe, dude. She's so sweet and kind and wholesome, and she's like, oh, I loved having you. Would you want to be on the gig? I was like, yeah, cool. And she's like, do you want to bring your band? Do you want to pick your friends? So I got Tinvo, Tin from last night, and then on drums, he's also a great bass player, and then Adam Lawrence on bass. So it's just like the fellas, and we'll have some fun, couple cats sit in. And then after that, I'm playing a really special gig, actually. I'm playing with Christian Stolz, who is a dear friend of mine, but I'm playing with Mike Bork, the guy who gave me my start in town. He's on steel and guitar, and I'm on guitar, and it's going to be special for me, man. Playing with Mike that might be its whole own video. Playing with Mike is it's scary because he's so good, but it's amazing because he helps me and encourages me. And he'll get to hear the Tone King and try it out, and we're always talking to each other about the direct ting. He can't say thing because he's Acadian, and so it's well, Roo, that's the ting. So we'll do the ting. Marc Legier is on the bass. I'm not sure who's on drums, but it'll be someone good. It's a full country gig. It's going to be the boys. It's going to get rowdy. It's going to be great fun. So I'll try and get some more footage. But man, I'll say one thing about the Tone King is, you know, it took a second to get used to it. And now I think that I'm running the HX Stomp in the effects loop. It's really there. And then adding in the Fuchs Plus drive in the front, and then having that Dover drive. I think that's the BC158 version. I'll have to look at the little script. I have a couple of them. You know, I've never had a direct pedal that took fuzz well, and this does. Because to me, it's an amp without the power amp, right? It's truly amazing. So yeah, I'm super excited to gig it more. I can't talk enough about the feel. I love the 2-channel thing too. I think I prefer that over the concept of reverb or tremolo, which the Imperial has. Although I always thought if I had the Imperial, something I'd really love is that if you could bypass the amp sim and put it on your pedal board, but turn it into a tube tremolo and reverb pedal to use with your amp. I thought that would be cool. So look, I'm gonna go do these gigs. I'm running by Bill's Sandwich Shop first. Like, for anyone who's stressed, don't worry. Today I got, I think it's called the Where's My Euro? Or There Goes My Euro, I think, after the Foo Fighters song, right? Dude, Bill's, my favorite, my people, the homies. As my mum would say, my homies. Jillian Savage. I love you, Mum. I gotta call her back right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go do this. So I'm gonna crank the AC. Man, that was a really fun double. My friend Cody came and hung out. We're actually all heading to Jack Brown's now for a bit of a feed. The Tone King just nailed it. On the first gig, I just went direct with a monitor, and it sounded and felt great. And then after that, I did it with a with my FRFR, my Tone X cab. Didn't straighten my camera apparently. You got it. And it just sounded and felt great the entire time. That second gig was really special to me. I played at Whiskey Row for Christian Souls, but I got to play with Mike Bork. Now, I'm going to have to do a separate video on this, and in general, I owe the man a video, but Mike's the first guy who gave me a chance and believed in me in Nashville. At one point during the gig, we did like an Ella Langley tune, but I had worked up this whole arrangement for it and this kind of thing. Not this whole arrangement, but my kind of take on it. And he goes, well, made me proud. And I was like, oh, it's the tune. But like, that's one of the single greatest compliments I've ever gotten in my entire career. So, man, but the Tone King Preamp, a absolutely phenomenal piece of gear. The Royalist, you know, it's funny because I'm doing like a real country heavy gig. I've got the Huff Strat, and you know, I'm playing that, which is like a British style amp. But it worked and it sounded great, and I had my own place to sit in the mix, because most guys are usually going to play American style amps, right? But I favor British style, Marshall or Vox. Or I played a Thor once, which is Jim Marshall's son, Terry Marshall. That was pretty cool. I've also played a Selma treble and bass. That thing's pretty sick. But look, it was a really exciting way to experience playing direct. I had no issues in my ear. It did everything I wanted. I hope the footage shows that. We had that room packed, man. We had that place packed. So the inevitable question, right? The inevitable question before I hit Jack Brown's, get my food, and go home and start my week. Will it gig? Hell yeah. The Tone King Royalist gigs, man. That thing gigs. I'm telling you what. That thing is awesome. Would I change anything about it? Honest review. I think the only thing that I would say, and this is just a function that maybe I would like, is if you could switch the bypass switch so that if you're not clicking bypass on it, you could make it a boost. So you could change that in the software maybe, so it's like a bypass or boost, right? That would probably be the only thing I can think of. And that's just like a, hey, if I had to throw it in my bag and like I needed one pedal for a gig, you know what I mean? But even then, like, I'm fine riding the volume, because that's how you're meant to use these style of amps. Man. Oh, and Mike played his 1960 Jazzmaster on the gig through a Tone Master, but would have sounded better through the Tone King. I'm really stoked that I spent so many years on a seamless transition with digital, and I've felt a lot of really great digital solutions, but this feels really good to me. Now I am going to try other stuff. I want to keep trying other stuff because I want to learn how to make everything work for me. So if I'm ever presented with a situation where, hey, we only have a Kemper or a Tone X or a Tone King, I can work within the confines. But also, I want to provide a stable platform in place for people to understand it will gig. And you know, if you're a guy who plays at home or maybe plays at the pub, this is something that you can utilize in a great way that'll work for you. And I think it's really important to note that this is what this series is about. I want to give honest and raw opinions about what these devices do and how they work for me. Now, the Tone King, I have done it stereo XLR, I've done single XLR out. I put the HX Stomp in the effects loop. That was the real ticket to ride. That was the business. And then I ran my Fuchs Valve Job 2 in front of it, which has a sub-nuclear tube, like a tiny tube. They're like just wide and just tall. It's pretty cool. But, oh, there is a train that is stopped. So, I gotta do a bit of an illegal move here. Actually, no double lines. I'm fine, baby. We just gotta avoid the train. But look, man, the Tone King. Now, some thank yous. Michael Nielsen, I owe you a big thank you. Michael and I recently connected over social media and ended up on a call, and he's been an ardent and big advocate for supporting me as I venture into the world of doing this. He connected me to Mario, who works at Boutique Amp Distribution, and Mario sent me this. Now, Mario sending me this does not mar, spoil, influence, or in any way create an opinion. He sent it to me without expectation. In fact, honestly, we had a great chat and got to know each other a bit, and he said, look, it would suck if you didn't make the video, but I would just be sad that a friendship that only just began ended. But what happened was I've made it, and we're here, man, and I'm so thankful to you for believing in me, for trusting me. For some reason, I've been singing all day, and my voice, I sound like Mark, what's his name? Johnson, who does some of the best demo videos. I know my videos aren't the greatest. I'm just a guy with a phone. I'm still learning how to split the audio and send it and make it better. And I do want to do that, but I really just want to give an honest opinion into where I am and who I am, and how I function as a working musician. And I'm so elated to have done like 9 gigs this week. I just have had a great time with my friends, and I ran that preamp all weekend and it sounded so good. Mario, thank you for trusting in me. Michael, thank you for supporting me. Thank you to everyone who's commented, who's called, who's done anything. Genuinely, the support I'm receiving means the world to me, and I still struggle sometimes to understand perhaps why anyone would be interested in what I do. But the fact that people are consistently gives me a reason to keep going. And I think that's really beautiful, and I'm perpetually thank you. So I'm gonna go into Jack Brown's and get some food, and that's about that. Thanks everyone, cheers.